Salute, salute, salute. Salute everybody. Salute Melee. Salute family. Dorian, salute. What's good with y'all? Salute y'all. What's happening with y'all today? What's good? Y'all hold up for me real quick. Y'all know I'm twisting up. Y'all hold up for me real quick. Who's that? Calypso. Salute, Calypso. Salute. Hold up real quick though. Salute, 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 salute. I hear you doing. You say you. I already know you be at work, bro. Ain't even no sense me asking. You at work? How the pups doing? You checked on the pups today? How they doing? The White Walkers. I was just over there bullethead and them shit. I was over there watching bullethead and them shit. I caught the end of that shit. I heard Mad. I'm waiting for Mad Dog to come in here. I heard that motherfucker say my name about something. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but I had just came up in that motherfucker. See what's going on. Okay. Said mama being a great mom. Salute that. Yes, sir. Some niggas just caught up to us. They just catching up to us Friday, you know. I guess it's Friday to them now. It's Friday to them now, but you already know we've been on Friday. Let me see what they talking about. Damn, I didn't know. I didn't get a notification for Bullethead. I didn't even, you know, sometimes you don't get no notification. I don't know how that shit works. Sometimes I don't be getting a lot of notifications. But nah, I end up skating through there. I caught the end of it. I might have did get the notification, matter of fact. I just happened to look at my phone and seen. That's how I seen that they was on. But when I went over there, it was at the end. What's going on, though? What y'all know good? What y'all know good? What's good up in here? Tell me what's good? What's good? Calypso, what's good? Mayday, what's good? In the woods, salute. Sleepy at work. About to start doing a little work. I'm gonna check back in. All right, family. Check back on in. Check back on in. We sliding. We just sliding, chilling. We right here though. We right here. We ain't doing shit. We right here. Dogs that don't work. Dogs that don't work equipment. What do you do with them? Dogs that don't work equipment. What do you do with them? Are you are you automatically don't like the dog because it don't work equipment? And I don't care how much you try, whatever you do, whatever, just don't like the work equipment. Does that say anything about the dog or whatever. What does that say about the dog to you? What does a dog that doesn't work equipment or is not interested in working any type of equipment, um, can that still be a good dog to you? Would you still have time for that dog nowadays in 2026? Would you have time for a dog like that? If you ask me, I say, yeah, I have time. I've been had time for dogs like that. If you ask me, because I really ain't never have equipment until I did have equipment. So I never thought I was gonna be having no equipment. I ain't care about no equipment. I had dogs before I had equipment. So uh, and we still got working, we still exercised and all that. And I ain't have none of the equipment. Before I got the equipment, I still was walking dogs and getting good exercise in with the dogs and making my own little things up for my dogs to get stronger and for them to do what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So it it wouldn't bother me too much. I could see it bothering people that's not used to being out there, or they getting too old to be out there with the dogs, or they got too many dogs. So, so machines come in handy for people that got a lot of dogs or people who getting older and stuff like that. Other than that, you know what I mean? The dogs was here before the machines. Some of the things that the dogs do is how the machines is made by looking at things that dogs do. So the machines was made afterwards. Dogs was getting in shape before machines too. If you ain't know that part, it never took a machine to get a dog in shape either. And it helped you out though. It's just evolution of the game, evolution of conditioning, evolution of somebody looking at the dog, you know, boom, 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 saving time, things like that. Machines get made. The beginning of the machines. And the Wood said he got one like around like that now. The machines give them ones a bad look. Kind of seem like the machines get those dogs almost make people don't want them type dogs no more. Them dogs that don't work the machines and shit. People don't want them no more. The time of the dogs that don't work the machines is gone. We passed them dogs now, huh? Gonna take that work off the table, huh? People pass that work now. Salute to the people who ain't never had no machine, ain't getting no goddamn machine. Salute to those people. Salute to those people who ain't never had no machine, ain't getting no machine. Salute. Yay. He only work his job. Yeah, yeah. Salute to them ones. Salute to them ones. Salute to them ones. Salute the workers. Yes, sir. They work at the job. They work at the job. They say they work at the job. Got them special ones. They say they know what work is. Them dogs like AI say when AI say practice. We talking about practice? Y'all know how that shit go. It's the same shit though. I remember when I first started tampering with machines, getting machines. I was scared of them. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared of them. Scared I was gonna mess my dog up on some of the machines. Took me a minute to trust them, you know what I mean? To trust them. To trust them with my dogs. Different machines and stuff. But I seen some good fancy ones and good ones, and then like I like when I did start messing with them, I like the machine I like is the what's the name? That thing what y'all call it, the Jenny or the motherfucking whatever that thing is, that big thing go around in a circle in the middle of the people yard back in the day, that big ass thing. I forgot what you call it, Jenny or something else they call it too. But yeah, I like that. Never had it though. Pops and them had it. Seen Pops and them working dogs on it, but I never had that. I never had that. But I seen that. I like that. I never had the privilege or the space or the. I probably definitely could have got one, but I never had the space and the privacy to do that type of stuff. But that look fire. It look fire. Look like the ones that I seen on it. Look like good work. And the other machines I seen the dogs on too. That was the most intensive work I seen with that type of thing. Definitely never liked that carpet mill. Never liked that. Never really liked that. Know a lot of people that love that though. Love that part of it. But like I say, those things I just wasn't into them early enough to really find the groove of them and really trust my dog on them. But other guys play with them joints like magic. Other guys play with them like magic. You know what I mean? Play with that shit like magic, and they know all the good supplements, all that type of stuff, everything. So I make my dogs look just as good as theirs though, with the machines and all that shit, and they good shit that they had. I still had my dogs looking just as good as theirs. Probably took a little more for me to do mine though, since they had access to the machines and different things like that. Probably took definitely a little bit more for me to do mine. That's why people probably could show. They probably they could show a lot more dogs than me because yeah, people could show a lot of more dogs than me more consistently than me. Machines, they gonna have machines and they working with a team and shit like that. I usually was walking them motherfuckers, little email, whole lot of walking with them, whole lot of hands on stuff, whole lot of waiting to have the right dog to even be coming outside. So you know, whole lot of doing shit, you know, on my own watch, underneath, being accountable for that shit. So I wasn't out as much as everybody else. You see me, you might see me. You see me, you don't. Little drag the chain type stuff, drag like little 10 pound drag, 5 to 10 pound drag, however I can get it. That's good. That was always good before the machines. Before the machines, a little 5 pound to 10 pound drag, not too much. It's different levels. Other people doing the weight pulling and shit like that. They concentrating on the weight levels and building up the weight of the pull. the weight of the drag, the weight of the pull, the weight of the drag. They gonna build that up. Me, I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for more than just when I'm got my drag, my 5 to 10 pound drag on. Yeah, it's for strength. It's for strength, but it's for a different type of strength. Lightweights, you know how when you could just move, you still move. I still want them to be able to move like they're supposed to be moving with whatever weights I had on them or messing with them with. They never want the weight thing that I'm using with them to change their movements up. So my shit probably was a little bit more different than somebody that would train for weight pulling. Weight pulling, probably you would want the weight to form your structure. You would want to build that type of muscle, pulling weight muscle. So you don't mind it. You don't mind the weight starting to form your muscle or shape your muscle on your dog. If that's the job you ready to compete in, you understand what I'm saying? You want that type of muscle. You want that type of work. So you don't mind building that. But when you doing a lot of cutting and you hunting and stuff like that, you hunting, so you want to be a little bit more agile, but you still want the strength too. You want some rubber band action. You want to be able to bend with your strength. You want to be flexible with your strength. So little light 5 to 10 pound drag on my dogs. That's it. Dogs strong anyway, naturally. The ones I had, my pit bulls was always strong naturally anyway. Uh far as muscle tone, the way they built and everything, they already got strong structures and stuff like that. So even though I'm messing with little weights, whatever I'm doing with any type weights is gonna enhance them. Boom, boom, boom. So that's why, since you know it's like that, I want to enhance the right type of muscle. I want some flexible muscle. I want some uh what they call full range of motion type shit. Strong with full range of motion. Those type of exercises more I like. That's why I like the bungee cord, like little light drags. You know what I mean? Little running with the weight vest on if you can. Same stuff I would do. Same stuff I would do. You know, put a weight vest on, do push-ups, walk around with the weight vest, jog, walk the dog with the weight vest on. Same thing he would be doing. Doing natural things that I would be doing anyway with a little weight on. So then when I take it off, I could be moving real, moving, you know, moving exponentially faster and everything be harder and all that. Yeah, a lot of that though. And I used to hit a lot of woods that I could hit, a lot of woods that I could hit, a lot of that, woods that I could go in and stuff, walk in and stuff like that with them. And usually the chain would be what I was walking them with. I ain't gonna front on. Usually, when I took them off the took like 8 foot joint. I take it off the axle. I'm walking with the chain. I ain't lying to you. I go walk with the chain where I'm walking at. Walking, then when I get to where I'm going in the woods or wherever, I just drop the chain. Just drop the chain. The same shit he be chained on too with the axle. Sometimes it would get done like that. And I could even clip the leash on the back of the chain too for longer, so I can have a longer reach with them. Still be feeling them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep them gloves and stuff. Keep them gloves, whatever. That because picking up them chains and stuff. And I was in the area where it wasn't looking too crazy though. Walking down the street with the chain on the jungle. And I'm talking about times when it ain't look too crazy. You ain't even had no care in the word. I was just out there with my dog. I hit the woods, chain on that jump, drop the chain, let it loose. And usually and they be getting treated like that all the time when they was young and shit. Coming, they love that type shit. And then I could, get different benefits of what's going on in the woods with them. They can't get too far from me because they dragging the 8-foot jump. They got at least about 10 pounds drag on them. They ain't getting too far. And if they one of them quick ones and they a little stronger than the other ones, where though they see something, they might be gone and I'm worried about it. That's what I got that other leash on the end of that for. I'll be able to catch them. I'm either using a long reach or I got my eye on them and I know my area and stuff like that. So I'm getting it in accordingly, just using my resources. Light one up and we go ahead and we up in there. And they be having fun. They be having fun chasing squirrels and running around chasing squirrels. Salute, man. Just natural shit, chasing, letting his prey drive make him work, letting this, I call that shit cheating. I'm letting them have fun. He getting work, not even knowing he working, just the prey drive and stuff like that. See all that type shit. That's why I didn't really trip off no machines and stuff like that. That was the best shit to me. Just getting outside and letting the prey drive and their senses, and them let them enjoy the work. If they them type of dogs, it was easy if they was them type of dogs. They are anything that move, birds, sounds, whatever, leaves blowing. Yeah, they dragging 10 pounds, dragging 5 to 10 pounds, nothing heavy. And I let them jokers chase whatever they want to chase from when they're young, from soon as I could do it, soon as I could start taking them out there doing it. The chain get lighter and lighter to them and me. Chain got lighter and lighter to them and me. But it's still there. It's never going nowhere. It's still 5 to 10 pounds, no matter how light it feels. It's still that. So the time and the months go up on that. I mean, just getting hard on that or whatever it's doing, but it's still free, full range of motion. I'm not restricting its growth. I could do it when they're young. I'm not restricting its growth with it because they dragging it. I'm not gonna be restricting no growth, pulling no joints or nothing like that. Just a drag, simple drag. Just a simple drag of lightweight and putting in time. Finding the area to put in time goes a long way. Do that shit when they're young. Back in, be nice. Be way firmer than them guys that ain't doing that type shit. When they dogs get older, they shit ain't as firm as yours. Yours a younger dog. And you can see the difference. Ben said he just finished his work. We got family Dorian. He working all night. Salute the workers. But there's many different ways to put a dog in shape. Like I say, uh, that's another level. I mean, that's another what you call that's another chapter in the bulldog thing. Where's though another way, another lane? You know, you can master that if you want. You know, that's another thing you could get into. That's very important. Putting them together for different things. And just because them dogs be looking the same, a lot of them look the same when they get. A lot of them look the same when they start getting exercising and stuff like that. You see the lines in the same places sometimes and different things like that. I tell you that just because you see them lines and stuff there matching up like everybody else's, that don't mean them dogs is the same strength is there just because they looking the same with the cuts. The cuts come from just how the dog is built anyway. The cuts come from a pit bull's, you know, the way I breed, the way the genetics of our breed forms us up like that anyway. You know, the genetics of the breed gonna make them dogs look good as shit when they start getting in shape. But the work will tell you if you understand what I'm saying. You whatever the job was at, you'll be able to tell which dog's stronger if they're doing a job a job that's gonna take away use their strength. You'll be able to tell which one is stronger. It ain't got nothing really to do with the look. It got something to do with the look. You can know that the dog is being worked. That's it. But you don't know how hard it's been worked or if it's been worked right by the look. Looks can be deceiving. You can have a good looking cut up ass dog that ain't as strong as a dog that don't even look like he got no cuts in him. A lot of the definition can come from genetics or feed genetics or proper feedings. A lot of the stuff can come from that. The way the look is too. The feeding and the diet and the genetics definitely affects the look too. But just the look never the look is just the look. That's all it is. It's just the look. It never really determines the actual you can't just look at it and say it look good and actually think that's gonna actually match up with the performance or how strong it is or how agile it is or how fast it is. It doesn't always relate. The two and two don't always go together like that. Have a good one, man. If you ain't hit the salute on your way out. Mr. Star, salute, what's happening? I'm just like talking. I'm just like talking. Ain't nobody asking that, no say that. I'm just like talking. See what's good. Talking about if you want to talk. I was just talking about how you could, you know, just going through putting one in shape if you was putting one in shape. Not even no type of shape, just basically just bringing up a dog and shit and how you could put one in shape without the machines. Motherfuckers was putting dogs in shape before they had machines. Some people ain't never had the machines and stuff like that. Things like that and what you could do without machines. So I got into the drag, I just used like a 5 to 10 pound drag. I could use that for them and get out there and go in the woods and do different things even when they're young dogs. It might even be to the point where as though even the chain I had on them, sometimes I could just go to the yard, unclip the back of the chain, take the whole chain, walk them with the chain as the leash, walk them with that chain as the leash. And I have the leash too, just to give me some more reach when I get in the woods. but I could use that chain as my drag. Just depending on areas you in and, just things I did when I was a youngin'. And I ain't had no fucking carpet mills or jennies and stuff like that. Things I would do to get my shit right. And basically, like I said, I could go in the woods and shit like that after that. He pulling me all the time. We both getting stronger all the time. That fucking 8-foot chain that he pulling that I'm using for a leash is getting light to me too, light to him. And like I say, we doing males and females. And we doing that at a young age, all the way up. That's how them first dogs was being brought up. Going right in the woods, blowing mine. He hearing all the movements. He and she hearing all the movements, especially night times, early morning joints. It'd be different shit moving around early morning. Late night it'd be different shit. Broad day it'd be different shit. So it'd be different smells, different things all the time. Privacy type bonding. You back there with him, walking. When he sees something, boom, knowing the rhythms. No longer do you got to say anything. Sometimes, we both on point. We both on point with it. All comes with just all that type shit. Just walking the dog, just going out there walking them dogs. They seeing different animals, seeing little shit. You knowing how they gonna dart out. You knowing when they gonna dart out. You seeing all the shit come into form. And most of the time, they never catching nothing. So it's keeping them geeking. But sometimes some of them did catch something. It was amazing. Sometimes they be young catching things and it'd be amazing. Lucking up sometimes. Sometimes it be skill. But you get to see all that in your dog going out there walking them, not on no damn treadmill. Damn treadmill. So when I started doing that type shit, and that was without any knowing about supplements or feeding and anything, any of that. The dogs got cut up. They was getting cut up just off some regular dog food and shit like that. They was cutting up, getting strong, and I didn't even know nothing about feeding them nothing. So imagine when they start talking to you. First of all, the old head's gonna start talking to you anyway because they see you walking the dogs. They see you walking the dogs and they see the consistency. You always got a dog. You always walking a dog. Your dog don't look bad just from you walking it. So your dog making them say something to you. So some of them will say something to you. You might could pick up jewels and stuff like that. They'll throw jewels in on the feed. Maybe because they looking at your dog and they seeing something about the hair or the something they school you in. Hey, that dog need to be wormed. That dog need to be wormed. What you mean it need to be wormed? They'll come show you something. Show you why the dog need to be wormed. Different things like that. You get all that sometimes, but we used to get all that just by going out there walking the dogs and shit. Some people used to go out there and wrap the whole goddamn chain around the dog's neck like he had a fucking, y'all seen it on TV before. Old men see us do that, they tell us get that shit off. You don't do nothing like that. You ain't do nothing like that's for if they gave a fuck about you. We done been through that stage. You see motherfuckers got 3 chains wrapped around the dog running with the lock on the neck and everything. Can't even run right. Trying his best run, for leaning forward and all that. I done seen it all. But these kids that not knowing no better, trying to make their dog strong and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And through that type, you find the right ways. You find the right ways by, but those dogs was trying to pull all that shit for us. I remember the first time I thought I had big chains. Man, the first time I seen one of them boatyard chains, I was like, who would have a dog on that? And I actually seen people with them type of chains on their yard and stuff like that. Kind of amazed me. It's be different levels to the stuff, different levels. Some people like their dogs um coming up on a more leaner side when they're bringing them up and stuff. They like them more on the leaner side. I like them more on the heavier side. If you understand, not too. I didn't never like my dogs coming up on the leaner side. I understood though. Understood the reasoning, but I liked mine. I liked mine on the more on leaning towards the heavier side. So yeah, good collar, good leash, good collar, good leash. Couple pair of good boots. And to this day, sometimes when I'm driving, I still see an old man walking a dog. Sometimes I always still do. I still will see an old man walking a dog, and it ain't always a pit bull. A lot of times it's a German Shepherd. And I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about them old school walkers. I ain't talking about the ones y'all might be thinking about. Like, yeah, I see dogs walking all the time. Nah, I'm talking about you might be driving. You might be driving on the highway. You might be driving on the highway somewhere, and you see somebody walking up the highway. You be like, yo, where is he walking to? Where is he walking to? Where is he walking to? And don't be nothing fancy or nothing to be him. Lately, I've been seeing a man with his German Shepherd and shit like that. But like usually, it be just don't be nothing. Whole bunch of fancy shit with it. Motherfuckers just walking like he been doing that, walking. And you don't see no motherfucker. You be looking for what yard, where the yard, what yard he came from, what yard he came from. What the yard ain't nowhere. You don't see no yard. That motherfucker been out there walking for a minute. It's getting probably not. Probably those people probably falling off now. But I'm trying to tell you, they used to be out there. You'll see him. You'll see him walking. You be like, what the fuck? Where is he coming? Where he walking from? Where he walking from? Pushing it. Pushing it. Breathing good. Breathing good. Ain't nothing like it. Cars flying past, dog know them cars since dog ain't worrying about none of them cars and stuff. Them dogs will surprise you. I remember the first time I had a litter. The first time I seen this happen, the first time I seen this type shit happen, y'all might seen it too. Like some type of way I was taking some puppies. I was taking some puppies down in North Carolina. I was taking some puppies down there. It was like about it had to be like 8 weeks old. I got down about I think I got down Petersburg, Virginia. Petersburg, Virginia. I think some of them used the bathroom in the car. Son, I just stopped at the car wash joint to clean the stuff up, clean the stuff up and all that type stuff, you know. And I think it was like about four of them joints. About four, might have been 4 or 6 of them puppies. So I take the cage out, paper all in there, shit all in there, and all that type shit. I clean all that shit out. They've been in the car a couple hours. We drive, trying to get to North Carolina. So it ain't no thing. I ain't mad at them or nothing. I'm glad I found the car wash. We could get this shit done. So it's cars. The car wash is by like a busy roadway. These joints only like 7 weeks old, 8 weeks at the most, man. Long story short, man, I let them out. I let the jokers out. It was a big enough, little big enough grass area while I'm getting the cages and stuff together and the paper and refreshing the paper and cleaning the cage. Man, them jokers seen them cars. Them jokers seen them cars flying past. And they thought them cars was something for them to bite on, and them jokers started running towards the highway trying to get them cars, man. I had the whole ass to grab. It was like man, it was like 4, 5, 6 of them because like I was already sizing them up, like sizing them up because some of them was in a group running. It was a couple, like one was leading the pack, ready hit into the highway. One right behind him. Then it was like a group of them. So I was trying to see if I could get them all in one swoop. I ain't want to lose none of them. So I had to catch up with the first one and hit him at an angle so I could slide and get the ones that was clustered up together and everything. And at the whole time that we was doing all that, the whole time it was serious for me, but the whole time for them, they wasn't doing nothing but playing. They wasn't doing nothing but playing. They didn't know how tragic that shit was ready to be. I had to slide on in and scoop them up and all that. And it would have been my dumbness though. It would have been my dumbness. It would have just been my dumbness for the hey, salute, bro. Salute. It would have been my dumbness though, not respecting the type of dogs that I'm fucking with. That's what it would have been. But yeah. I remember that shit. I remember that shit. And I was actually proud after I wiped myself off, dusted myself off, and got them all together, gathered them up, whereas though they couldn't do that type of shit again. I was actually kind of proud of that shit. I was like, them jokers was trying to hit the cars like they was animals and shit, like at 7, 8 weeks. They ain't like the cars moving past them fast. They was like, they just thought, I said, damn. And I had one joke. It was one joke in that litter. One joke in that litter, man. That motherfucker, man, I tell you, that motherfucker acted like a grown ass dog. Man, that motherfucker was that motherfucker would be sitting down in the car looking up like he just riding. Like he knew he was riding. Like I'm riding, I'm chilling. I remember that about him too. I remember that about him. All the other ones was kind of like, you know what I mean, car sick and all that type shit. But that motherfucker was looking up. When I looked back there, he was looking right back up at me like, yeah, I'm riding. I know what's up with this. Hey, did you get that? Did you get that did you get that? That shit got sent to you. Did you get that, bro? That shit family sent. You hear me cut it out? Did you get that got sent over there? Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That was from Dorian. Mm-mm. Yeah, I was over there. I was over there in y'all show. I got there late. Couple motherfuckers said they ain't get no notification. I got there late. I think I got a notification, but I seen it. I got up and seen the phone, and when I got over there, y'all was going off. I was going off when I got over there. I took it back. I took it back though a little bit to see what the fuck was going on. But I see I was talking about some dogs and some more shit. So yeah, I knew I had got there late. Yeah, I ain't doing nothing blowing. Last college game on got a little bit changed on the last college game. Hawaii and motherfucking I forgot who Hawaii playing for real, for real. I forgot who Hawaii playing. We was talking about bitches with that mouth. Okay, 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 okay. With that mouth, bitches with that mouth. Shit, they say some of them bitches. They say some of them bitches. I don't know how true it is, but they say some of them bitches had more mouth than the males. Say a lot of the females had more mouth than the males. I don't know. Man, motherfuckers be hyping stories up though. Motherfuckers be hyping shit up for motherfuckers that like me that don't know shit. Motherfucker tell you the females had the super duper mouth, like some females that some males couldn't even bite like them. That's what they say. Like some females was at the top of the mouth chart. You know what I mean? But you know, all of it be sounding good. What was the who they say who they was naming who what type dogs? What was some of the names that came out of that conversation? Some of the females' names, hardest biting females. I know Pandy might had to be in there. Molly B. I know Molly B was in there. I know y'all probably was talking about Molly B. Y'all might not was talking about Pandy. Y'all was talking about Molly B. Y'all had to be talking about Rosemary or whatever. Rosemary maybe. Uh whatever mouth y'all talking about. The broads with mouth. Broads with mouth. Tornado, 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 Molly B, Rosemary. That's three of them right there. Uh that dog that they say and I'm only regurgitating. I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers. I'm just heard they had mouth. That one Bakari said he had that sit down Louisiana, flop, flop, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Say she had hell of a mouth. Who else had hell of a mouth? Said tornado. Was Queen mouth like that, or she was just rough and knew where to place her mouth? Was Queen known for the mouth too? Like, you know what I mean? What you talking about? What any of y'all talking about? And I'm sure y'all know some other shit. Mouth. The mysteries of mouth. What are some of the what are secrets of mouth? What are things about mouth? What about that type shit? Like mouth, the mysteries of mouth. So like mouth could look like mouth and it really ain't mouth if they know where to place their mouth. Shit like that. Good mouth. Hey, this shit wild as shit. Good mouth. Good mouth. You ain't even got it's all about the placement of the mouth. The placement of the mouth. So that could get mixed up with hard biting. You can't get that mixed up with hard biting just because you know, some dogs know how to place that mouth where it's supposed to be, and it looks certain ways. Boom, boom. So that's something about mouth, a little thing about mouth. You could tell mouth when a motherfucker place their mouth anywhere, and just like I just said that first statement about average mouth could know where to place it at, and it could look like real mouth. Okay, hard mouth to me, excelente mouth or outrageous mouth is when you could put your mouth on a nigga his ear and he might pass out, or on his tail, wherever where wherever they place their mouth out, place their mouth out, is detrimental to the other to where whoever's getting their mouth placed on. It doesn't matter where they place their mouth at. That type shit. It doesn't even matter where they place their mouth at. Like, some shit like, yeah, that type shit. Don't even matter where they place their mouth at. He bit the motherfucker on the tail and the motherfucker stopped. That type thing. That type shit. Did they say shady lady had mouth? The shady lady had mouth? Shady lady. Yes, sir. Hit the hills. Hit the hills. That's another thing. You getting out there with them dogs, just getting out there with them, and not the machines. You know how motherfuckers, you try the machines. You got the good machines that can mimic the elevation and stuff like that. Yeah, they good. Salute them ones that y'all mimic the elevation and stuff like that. Salute all that. Yeah, them good, ain't they? I had them too. But how about your ass going out there and elevate with the dog your damn self, running up the hill with him and all that? You think that's better, huh? And then look. Then after a while, you'll start showing off. I'm telling you, them same hills that you was breathing hard when y'all walk up them joints. Sometimes you're gonna get to the middle of them joints and start wanting to sprint up that joint, start wanting to hit it, start wanting to hit it. Your body gonna start telling you different things. You could be a regular nigga and start walking your dogs and turn into super nigga. I'm trying to tell you. Your body gonna start telling you shit just like the dog gonna start. Both of y'all gonna be feeling like some turned up motherfuckers. Yeah. You, matter of fact, you can look at Big A. Look at Big A turning into super nigga on y'all niggas. And he be walking the dogs and shit. Two of them. Motherfucker in the zone turning into super nigga on y'all niggas. It gets like that. Zone out. Zone out. Motherfucker go for hours. He be on pretty soon. Can go on for hours. Ice picks, razor blades, and meat tenderizer. That's how I see the difference between them. Salute, word. Word just come out the blue. Word, oh, yeah, word. Salute, salute. Things, things that I, things that I, I always wanted my dogs to be with, and I never got it on a consistent joint. Things that I envy sometimes, you know what I mean, and other dogs that I seen that 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 I just didn't get that. I just didn't get that. I just didn't get that. Just getting that. One of the things would be big ass motherfucking choppers. Some of them big ass choppers I seen some of them dogs be having them big ass choppers. I never got that on a consistent one every now and then might pop up, make me be like, damn. I'd have had some like, you know, be one or two, might be one or two in each litter, or one or two out of like let me see. I was impressed with I think two of them out of these three litters that I did, these last three litters I did, I think like two of them came out with some supernatural type, just the hardware, not just the hardware. They had some like new type hardware in they jump, double bolt action jump type jumps. Y'all know the double fang. Hey, some of them had the double head trigger joints, them different shit, you know, different things like that. But I never was able to consistently get the hardware. Like I would like them big tusk joints or whatever, whatever. So, you know, shit like that. Shit like that. When I see that on good dogs, not just any dog, but when I see that on good dogs and that end up being a good dog, I be liking that. I be wanting my package to come like that. I like that hardware package when them niggas got the good dogs with that good hardware like that. I like that. My hardware be alright. My hardware be alright though. Salute, salute, Top Show. Salute. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people had them joints, but a lot of times I don't want one that's dumb though. You understand what I'm saying? Just because they got that, so you got a lot of them that got that hardware, but they dumb ass, they dumb as shit. They ain't, they just got it for nothing. They got it for nothing. I don't want them. If you know, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they got them Jones for nothing. Like dog ain't even good dog, but got them motherfucking chopper choppers. But when they come in with a good dog too, they come on a good dog. Woo wee. And that joker got that hardware too. Oh my. Oh my. Should be having the line up in the bulldog, but a lot of times them crooked mouth joints look like they mouth bald, look like their mouth is flat, teeth and all that, but would crush a hog, crush things like that. So that shit don't match up like that. That's why I don't be really tripping like that. But I say I like it. I like it though. I like it. I'm just saying I like it. And that's something that something I could say that I envied in the dog some of the shit. And I envy a lot of I envy them I like just like I like that hardware like that. I liked it a small rat tail too. I liked it a small rat tail, and I never got that on the consistent either. And I ain't tripping off that, but I like them. I like them rat tail joints. I like the rat tail joints. And again, I don't like them unless they're good dogs, though. Ain't no sense you have no rat tail and you ain't no good dog, so don't get it twisted. Like, I'm just saying. And another thing, while we talking about it, is the ears. You seen the motherfuckers with them perfect ass ears that just, boom. I ain't never had the perfect ears, Jones. Never had the perfect ears on a consistent either. Sometimes one of them be standing up, one of them be to the side. The ears do what the fuck they want to do. I ain't gonna front. The ears do what they want to do. The ears been doing what the fuck they want to do. But I used to be around them dogs. Them dogs' ears look good as a motherfucker. Look good as a motherfucker. Telling you all about the shit that I'm fucking with, that I like, and what I don't got. And China man dogs. Another funny thing when I ain't no shit, China man dogs. Um, some It was a time when I thought China man dogs was all the dogs that eyes looked Chinese. They had the Chinese eyes type jumps. They had they had the Chinese type eyes. I thought those was the China man dog. I thought those was the China man dog. I thought all of those was China man dog. I thought it so much. I started telling motherfuckers, telling telling niggas, telling other niggas, yeah, those ones that look like that, those Chinaman dogs. Them like the fuck I knew they was Chinaman dogs because the eyes looked like that. Was, was doing that dumb shit too. That shit be funny as a motherfucker when you think back on it. I ain't never do the Jeep. I never did the Jeep jaw and gator mouth though. I never did. I never did that. But I damn sure thought the Chinaman Jones was the ones with the Chinese eyes. And I thought, what the fuck else? The brindles, I called them the tiger stripe joints, tiger stripes. I didn't know that you called them brindle. I called them tiger stripe joints, tiger stripes. And I thought those was different. Like, those was they separate. When you come out with tiger stripes, a tiger stripe joint, like they all related. I thought all the tiger stripe joints would be related to each other. No matter if they came out of different litters or none of that shit, I just thought that all the tiger stripes when they came out like that, they automatically is tiger stripe joints that Yeah, different shit like that. Finding my way, finding my way into finding my way, shedding, changing shades of green. Just changing shades of green, just changing from one shade of green to the next shade of green. That's all. From one shade to the next shade. And I'm glad I learned some of the shit before. Some of the shit, some of the shit got corrected right in the open with the laughs and all that. Boom. Some of it got corrected in house, uh, behind the scenes before I got embarrassed. But a lot of it got embarrassed corrections. The embarrassing corrections. The embarrassing corrections. It was a long time before I even knew uh what to be looking for on a dog food bag. On a dog food bag. Somebody schooled me in on that. Somebody schooled me in on that. Took a minute. Took a minute before I was even looking for. I was just buying dog food. When I started buy dog food, took me a minute. Took a minute for a motherfucker for I guess the right person to be around or something, and they said, "Hey, look at boom." I think they said some numbers to me. They said some numbers to me. Something one time they said something about what they said something like how much certain content in the food you giving them and shit, right? And I was like, huh? It was like, man, look at the back of your bag, look at the back of the bag, and look at this and look at that, and see, boom, boom, boom. And you want it to be usually boom, boom, boom. Lesson right there. So I said, oh, bling, 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 blam. And then, carried it from there. Carried it from there. Looking at the bags, looking at the numbers, the fat to the fucking protein content, you know, different shit like that. And see me learning that, um, I could say this. When I didn't know about that stuff, when I didn't know about those things, I still was learning things with the dogs. When I didn't know those other things. Uh and me not knowing those other things at the time, it wasn't even affecting my dogs, those type of things, if you understand what I'm saying. Uh what I'm trying to say is like me and my dogs was fine. And and basically because I was young, it wasn't too much work I was doing with them. But once I start getting my dogs I start meeting people and my dogs took me to different places, then I got educated because other people seen that the dogs, what other people seen and seen something in the dogs obviously, to want to tell me about some differences in things that will help this dog out. Because, I mean, put it like this. You can just feed your dog and take care of your dog, all that. All the other shit, really, you ain't gotta do that unless you really gonna be competing or you got something that can compete. You understand? So they wouldn't even bother about telling you that other shit. Because it wouldn't even be for you. So basically, if they tell you how to giddy and get the best out your shit, boom, 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 hey, it's easy to love being wrong when you love to learn. I think that's what he said. Yeah, it was a whole rack of shit, whole rack of things though. Whole rack of things. A whole rack of things happen. Cat. Whole rack of things happen, cat. That first red joint I seen that made me even like pit bulls. That first one I seen, shit, female, red joint on the chain. Shit. Sees a squirrel, pops the chain, squirrel go up the tree. My first time seeing this type of action, dog getting off the chain and wanting to get at the squirrel, so mad at the squirrel, going 100 miles per hour. The squirrel had a head start. Squirrel at the front of the house, the dog at the back of the house. Squirrel already hit the tree. Dog get off the chain, go up the tree, get the squirrel. I said, hold up. Ever since then, I needed my pit bulls to be able to do that. And if they didn't, if they wasn't, cause see, I'd never seen nobody do nothing with her for her to be doing none of that. She was doing that just on the bloom. And one day I just caught when I'm out there staring at her, bloom, I seen the whole situation. So bloom, that was my introduction. So that was the standard I put on the joint. That ain't really a high standard to some of y'all niggas. That ain't no high standard. But listen, that's what all it was to me. I just needed mine for me to call mine a pit bull. It had to do with what that mother did. With that, what I seen that mother do, it had to be wanting to do that at any given time, but for no reason, not me without me knowing nothing, nothing. Because my cousin ain't know nothing, I ain't know nothing. That was shit that she knew. So bloom, we wasn't gonna be calling nothing no pit bulls if it wasn't doing the same shit she was doing on a regular. You understand? Now that was before we was putting hands on shit. That was before we was putting some hands on shit. The motherfuckers was already doing certain things. That's why I say certain shit I be saying, like it's certain things them dogs was already doing. And you can laugh at the coming off the chain, going up a tree, catching the squirrel and all that. You can even laugh at that, like that ain't nothing. But I'm telling you, I done had a lot of dogs, and not all of them just doing that on the regular. Not all of them just and they well bred. You can have your well bred animals and all that type shit, and all of that type shit. They could be bred any kind of motherfucking way, but just doing something like that at the drop of a dime at any given time, and you supposed to be able to hit that and get that, hit that and get that, boom boom boom, and that's something small. That's something light before somebody put hands on you. And I'm telling you. I seen a lot of dogs, and man, that shit is far from the truth of that shit. Every dog being able to do that one, being able to just do that and having the whatever you want to call that to be doing that on a regular just for some stress relief. You know what I mean? Now, at one point in time, that was the normal. That was the normal. Was expected. and different things. You know what I mean? And and that's just like I said before you put hands on them, and they ain't saying nothing about no gameness or nothing. You could call that whatever you want to call it. I just call that outgoing, healthy attitude and outgoing. I ain't say nothing about no gameness with that. So you ain't got to really laugh. I'm saying healthy and outgoing. That's eh, a lot of the dogs I seen after that, my own and all that included. All of them don't be doing that on a regular on a drop of a dime. Yeah, you heard me. They be good at other things and what they good at and stuff like that. But to be that type of animal, that's just that type of animal. An animal, like an animal supposed to be. So we knew certain things from her. We knew certain things from her. You know, I knew certain things from her. My cousin knew certain things from her. We seen things from her. So the males that I stuck her to, the males was nothing like her. Was nothing like her. Was nothing like her. The males that we stuck her to, the males was nothing like her. We was looking for dogs like her. We wanted dogs like her. Hell yeah. And still would take dogs like her. To this day, would still take dogs like her. Uh-huh. But no problem with her. Ain't had no complaints with her. Ain't had no complaints with her at all. And she ain't never seen a machine. And she ain't never seen she ain't never seen a machine. She was one of the dogs ain't never seen a machine. One of the dogs we had ain't never seen a treadmill ever. None of that shit. She did a lot of walking and she used to go swimming too. I think they took her swimming too though. But she ain't never seen no machine. They put her in the real water and shit like that and walk her. But never no machine. She ain't never seen no machine. And she was a machine. Fucking lighter. And that was a game dog. That was a game dog. That was a game dog and a bad motherfucker. She was a bad motherfucker and a game dog. Not just a bad motherfucker, a game dog. That's why I wouldn't mind having the same shit to this day. She was a bad motherfucker and a game dog. And it's real hard. It ain't easy being both. It's It's hard to beat one of them. It damn sure ain't easy being both of them. And I just know she was a red dog. It was whispers that she was an old family red. We know she came from Texas. Her and I think a brother, or I think a brother, two brothers. I think it might have been three came up. All of them was bad. All of them was bad. But you know, we was young. I was young. I think he had that jump. He might have had that jump since 86, 85, 85. I think I seen it 88. I seen her 88. I bred to her 89. Soon as I fell in love with her, I tried to get something off her. I tried to get me one because she was getting old. I think I know exactly what you talking about, word. I think I know exactly what you talking about. Man, that motherfucker was I'm telling you, man. I think I know exactly what you talking about too. Cause you can see just looking at she on that channel, she on my channel, that red dog I'm talking about. You tell which one is the oldest motherfucker on that motherfucker you're gonna see on my page. Out of them dogs, she looked like some old shit. And she looked like she on the prowl. She looked like she on the prowl. Even when she walking, it's always like she on the prowl, like you say, like a motherfucking like how them cats be hunting and shit. Always on a motherfucking hunt. That's how they walk. Some of them walk like that. Some of them walk like they sneaking. They sneaking. It's like they sneaking. They automatically. Even when you try to pick them up by the collar, like I got one. I got some of them. Like I'm saying, some of them around here is like that now. Like when I pull up on the collar on them, they automatically shooting forward. Like they just something in them. Even when I pull up on the collar, pull up on a collar, they automatically is going forward. Like you know what I mean? Coming out the gate, coming out the motherfucking gate and hunch that for no apparent fucking reason. And they really be trying to pull. Like as soon as I touch them, it's like it's muscle memory. They going. Cause even if I don't grab the collar, if I just grab the collar and I don't get the grip, they gonna just the motion of it is gonna they gonna stumble forward. They gonna stumble forward. Cause they already pulling like they was expecting me to hold on my shit. So they already pulling. And I ain't get a grip and they just going. I sound like Garner talking about my dogs. That's how Garner be saying. Look at him running around, flipping. Look how fast he's running in that cage and jumping off. Look at that. This how I guess this how you talk. Okay, God. Hey, okay. Talk about my shit like God talk about his shit. Yeah. God said they be flipping in the cage, very athletic. As you can see. As you can see. Look how he cutting the corners in this cage. Motherfucker start biting on the cage. He say, you got the right traits, as you can see. Then they show him biting on the cage. Okay. Yay, that motherfucker be rapping. That's rap. That's bars. Them be bars. Them niggas know what the fuck they doing. Know what they doing. When I say that, put the camera down there with their mouth at way biting on your shirt. You know what I'm talking about when I say, yeah, look at them traits. As the traits running good, they running hard. Look at it as you see the traits coming through. Boom, boom. Cause he biting on the cage. I guess he's saying the dogs are so tampered down now. Tampered down now. When you got one that want bite on the motherfucking cages, you got one. You got one. Or when you bite on them cages, that's a good trait some type of way. That's a good trait. Historically speaking, some funny shit. Historically speaking, don't you think? Cause that motherfucker be eating on that cage, fierce and biting out that cage so motherfucking bad and vicious that he a bad motherfucker just cause he eating on that cage like he a bad motherfucker and doing all that like he. Don't you think that motherfucker eat his way out that cage? Historically speaking, eat his way up out that cage and go go over there and get somebody business that he realized he ain't supposed to be in their business, and you'll see him going back in the same hole that he ate out of. Look like he can't even fit back in there. He gonna go right back up in there and might try to put the pieces back up on that jump. One of them type jump. But he know how to eat up out there though. But don't get twisted up and all that type shit. All that is gonna do is make you buy more cages or find something else and it's gonna mess his teeth up, whatever. Hopefully he's a good worker. A good worker that wears those. So all that time that you're gonna have to put into him being a mouthy dog pay off. Cause that's all he is a mouthy dog. High attention in the mouth or whatever. High tense shit in the mouth. Whatever going on, he like to put his mouth down. Boo, boo, boo. Got nothing to do with him being a good dog though. But you can use that, you could cultivate that and see if he, you could direct that, see if he really like to place the mouth and boom, boom, and see if he a good dog and all that. And that might have been what you asked for. You breeding them, ain't you? That might have been what you asked for. Now you gotta handle your job. Yours come with the job of he's mouthy, so what you gonna do? Boom, boom. I say the ones that be ruining their teeth doing stuff like that. Them boys that had them, they had too many dogs or they was too busy. to 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 accommodate their dogs' tension with the mouth. Either they had other dogs that they was fucking with at the time, and that mouthy motherfucker keep on biting on this and that. By the time they get around to him, he done messed up his canines or he done ruined his mouth because he biting on that chain and all that type shit. But you already knew he was doing that, so he either really wasn't worth your time to adjust to the situation because you got other good ones that's got your time right now, and by the time you got to him, his mouth is ruined. But you didn't want to give him to nobody that might could have, been able to keep his hardware there. So he must was certain. You didn't want him to leave your yard, him or her, or But usually a lot of that shit is from somebody being overwhelmed, not having enough time for that type of shit, or either choosing not to have enough time, or they just don't have enough time. I don't know how y'all feel about that shit. Tell me. Mouthy dogs, hard keepers, biting all shit and all that. I used to like them when I didn't have a lot of dogs. When I was young, man, I used to like those wild ones and all that type shit. Boom, boom. And most of them, for the most part, it was just once they got with me, most part, I'm tiring them out. I'm usually tiring them out. They're gonna get a lot of, they're gonna get tired out a lot with me. So they're not gonna be eating up a lot of shit, doing a lot of shit. And it's only because I had time, didn't have a lot of dogs. So when I was interested in those type of dogs, I didn't have a lot of dogs. So I didn't mind having big ones and big ones that was hard keepers and stuff like that. Didn't mind that. And usually, like I say, they just needed to get tired. They just needed to get tired. You had a few that you had a few of them that was crazy. Usually, them big motherfuckers. Usually, once you get them tired, they chilling. They try and recuperate. They try and recuperate. Boom, boom, boom. And it'd be like clockwork usually. Usually be like clockwork. Oh man, all you gonna do is that for a couple, whatever, whatever. Then you gonna lay down. So you already knew they was bluffing on some shit. Boom, boom. And basically that's why people give certain dogs a bad thing. Say they're quick, 15 minutes quick and shit like that. But you'll see it on how they interact and exercise and do different things. Boom, boom. And usually it is like that, but I be saying you can push them motherfucking dogs to another level. It just take time. It just take you being out there with them and shit like that. But I can see why the numbers. It's too much work. It's too much work. It's too much work. It's bulldog work, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. That's why I can see people just not going there with it and just saying, "Man, the motherfuckers this and they that." But it's just about. I say it's just about understanding them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I used to have all that type shit, hard biting things that a lot of people would call curve, 15-minute curve shit and all that type shit. Ooh. And I understood what they was talking about and all that type shit, but it was different levels to that shit. Like a lot of it was just work that you gonna put into the dogs at young ages. It's like, like them dogs gotta be really at the right weight sometime. Like a lot of shit, it's a lot of shit for you even to find out. Find out. Like those dogs gotta really be at the right at the right weight. Shit that all that shit that be people be talking about them blood counts and that numbers matching up. Them high performance dogs like that, them dogs like that. Most of them dogs, them niggas be saying be conking out on them in 45 minutes, 15 minutes, 15-minute curve shit. It's them dogs, it's high performance dog giving you high output dogs real fast. They're giving you a lap real fast. They try, they giving you some bulldog shit real fast. Boom, boom. Um, Basically, it's up to you. It's up to you to cultivate it and push it. The work right there, though. The work right there. Like those dogs give you the shit right there early, and then you got to build on that. A lot of other dogs don't even. It's hard to even say. But like, yo, basically what I'm trying to tell you, those dogs like that, most of the time you got that shit that all them little intricacies and details that the bulldog old heads will tell you about dogs, like blood counts and uh all the health things, all the bringing them up right things. With some dogs, all that shit really matters. A lot of times we get away with not doing all those things that we hear about for our dogs. A lot of times we get away with not even doing all that shit. You could just do 25, 30% of the shit. Boom, that everybody be talking about. You ain't gotta be doing all that shit everybody be talking about. Some dogs, to get the best out of them, you really have to do all that shit. It's really some work. They gonna do certain shit for you. That's gonna make you know they a pit bull anyway. They come like that, you know, very, very impressive or whatever, whatever. But to get anything more than that, you gotta really be checking on the heartworms. You really gotta be checking on you gotta really be making sure the engine right, healthy, all changed. Um their feet, all the shit. You gotta really do that safety check around them before you drive that big rig and shit. You gotta do that pre-trip pre-trip check, whatever you call that shit. You gotta really go around them dogs, man, and check them dogs from toe to head. And that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. And them dogs always been a lot of work, you know, lot of work. That's all it be. That's all it be. You got really become. You got really do that shit with them type dogs. You got really do that shit, and then and you'll know if you did it right, cause the same shit they be doing usually to things on a regular anyway until you run into a real good one, and then they show you how much you was slacking and shit and all that type shit. You was getting away with shit just because the dog was coming like that. Boom, boom. And then they usually give you your little loss or whatever, whatever. Boom, boom. And you don't mind because you know what you had did all the other time, whatever. So that's how y'all be getting the little things. But if you ever do the right thing by them motherfucking dogs, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be like easy work when you got the right dog right and you did him the right way. It's gonna be the same shit like when you see when they gave you a glimpse of it, what they could do anyway. Now you put your motherfucking real thing down, your real bulldog thing. That's what the fuck they gonna do. And ain't nobody getting in your business that ain't built like that. Not only that, they gotta be built like that, and they gotta do what you did. If they don't, you gonna do what you doing. Salute. Yeah. Salute the black joints. That's just how I feel about it. Built a little different, some type of way, built a little different. Um, it's just things that's different about them. And I don't even know if it's scientific or not. You know, shit might start sounding funny when I talk about it. Like, but like it's different things about them, you know, you know. And then people start trying to change them all up. So now, the ones I was talking about, usually they looked a certain way. They you know the black dogs, they looked a certain way, rough jungle. But now it's just everything all mixed up. It been mixed up or whatever. But like now, they come in all types of shapes and shit now, shapes and things. But the black is just an attitude. It's the same attitude. Like now you might see shit. It's just an attitude, man. It's an attitude I'm talking about. Even the dog whisperer, whatever that dude name is, that motherfucker got bit plenty of times talking shit to the wrong dog. Talk, talking some old crazy shit to the wrong dog. Shit happened fast too. Like the shit he did ain't mean nothing. Like it was nowhere near the right thing. We're nowhere near the right thing. All that work, all that work you show us, all that you did, motherfucking dog just one day show you like, man, that shit ain't nothing. Wow, 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 wow. bite the fuck out your ass, all that type shit, all the experience, all the things, all the varieties of dogs, all the bloom, bloom, bloom. Send you to the drawing board, making you ask yourself, what the fuck did you do wrong that day? What you did wrong that day? And you shouldn't be a grand champion no more. It should take your shit from you. It should take all your shit back from you. That's why I say it's always shades of green, shades of green. The dog ain't even show you that you still green. The dog will show your ass quick that you green. Salute. Yeah, you got me thinking about that. That you got me looking at her. That statement you made, word about that the cat. I think you said something about that cat type. You got me looking at her already in my head, man. Seeing it again, seeing the scoop, seeing the slide and scoop type shit, all that type, all that. The hunt, seeing all the hunt, the whole hunt of it, the whole hunt of it. And I think she had papers on it. We just don't know what. I don't know what she is. I think my cousin had papers on her. I don't know. They told me old family red when I asked about her back in the day. I was super fresh kennel salute. Super fresh. What's the longest y'all ever seen a male dog squat and piss? If anybody out there want to talk back to a motherfucker, say something. But how long? Just the longest or the oldest you seen a dog squat and piss? Have you ever seen a male dog don't never pick his leg up and was grown? Have you seen dogs like that? What do that type shit mean? Nothing, or holler at me. Just let me know different things. Have you ever seen a male dog, just keep squatting and pissing on that? What's the longest you seen a male dog squat and piss? I got one full still squat. Okay. Okay. You ever wonder what that shit be meaning or anything? You ever asked anybody, an old head or a dog whisperer, somebody that knows something? And I'm gonna ask you, is that junk inbred? I'm gonna ask you that. My first question, I'm gonna ask you that. Now I don't know. Yeah, but okay, he ain't inbred. Okay. I wonder what that be about. Super fresh. I wonder what that be about. Somebody, one of the dog whispers or somebody in here might know what that be about. I got an inbred one. I got an inbred one do that. So he got one that ain't inbred one. So it ain't the inbred shit. He's still on puppy time. He's still on puppy time. Okay. Still on puppy time. Okay. I got one that's 2. I bred him, and he just started picking up his leg. Okay, okay. Now, now I know you done had some females, or you know some females that cock their legs up and shit. I got a female that think I had plenty of females think they males. Them bitches wild as shit. Motherfuckers be bad. The motherfuckers be trying to mark territory all the time trying to mark territory. I'm talking about all the time. That's what they be on. They be on. A lot of my dogs is like that. A lot of my dogs is like that. They pull a lot, but a lot of them, I don't like them be sniffing around. They be sniffing around. They be trying to mark territory a lot all the time. So a lot of that shit, I be having to get them out of that zone. That's a little zone they get into that's kind of disruptive to you when you trying to zone out and walk. When they basically just trying to mark territory and stuff. Anyway, let me see what he said. I got one that's 2. I bred him, or I read that part. Word said they don't want to get caught slipping. Head swivel on all 4. Okay, okay, word. I ain't never think of it like that. I ain't think of it like that, word. I ain't think about it like that. The motherfuckers ain't trying to let the family jewels get knocked on. They already got that in their head. Like, man, motherfucker might try to knock my jewels off. Boom, boom. I ain't trying to open up the back door. Boom, boom, boom for nothing. They ain't trying to open up the back door for nothing. That's what it is. Oh man, so they already thinking about that part. Already thinking. So that's some scared shit. What? Some scared shit. Damn. Damn, I ain't even think of it like that. Swivel on all 4s. Yeah, man. I ain't never like mean puppies either. I never liked mean puppies, like mean puppies far as to people. I never really liked mean puppies. Some people loved mean puppies. Just me when I was coming up as young. When I was coming up as a young and had dogs and shit like that, puppies and shit like that, other niggas loved mean puppies. Other niggas loved mean puppies. I ain't like them jokers. When them jokers, man, shit, them jokers be little as I don't know what, but did not care. Would be on you, be on you, be on you. Them jokers, but I remember them days. Them little jokers used to be mean. Them little puppies used to be mean. Like they ain't even care that you was a person or not. They ain't care that you was a person. Whatever. Some of them ain't like you touching them, rubbing them. Some of them ain't like you rubbing them. Ain't like you petting them. It would be putting little razor blade choppers on you for sure, and know what they doing. Like have you lifting up your feet, have you lifting up everything. They on you. You be like this little. Them Jones. Then you gotta put that joke in there. He's still chopping while you try and put him away. He's still chopping on you. Still chopping on you. Hey, I ain't never like them. I ain't never like them. And I seen plenty of them, and my boys used to have them ones. Man, they was mean. They was mean when they was little. You know I wasn't messing with them when they was grown. Little mean joke. Mm-hmm. Yep. Salute the workers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm still in here with y'all. How long would it take for somebody to come up Or do you think if you're breeding dogs that you will eventually have your own technique? Not saying that you making a new technique, but eventually, wouldn't you be able to tell somebody the technique that you use? And how long before you can do that? In other words, when you first breeding dogs, you either listen to somebody or you just slap some shit together that you wanted to. Or you either listen to somebody. How long do you think it'll take? Some of y'all have already done it. How long did it take before you knew how you were breeding? Or you just always just go ask whoever you ask, whoever you've been asking. You get advice that way. Or have you got to the point and you know where you came from and how long it took you to now say how you breed? You like to do this, you like to do that, you like to take them when they're like this, and then I do this, boom, boom. I like to grab these and grab that type shit. You did, and you knowing what to call it and all that type shit. When did you get to that point? I do a little line breeding, I do that, then I usually outcross, I do a woo, then I get this, and then boom, boom, boom. Man, when did you get to start knowing that? About how long did it talk? Or did you, you know? That's another question I ask you. Y'all can answer any of them that I threw out there anytime y'all feel like. You know, you bred dogs 3 times, and you don't know what to call it yet. You bred 3 dogs, you don't know what to call what you did, what you did yet. You don't know what to call it. I'm laughing because I know it's. I'm laughing because as soon as I said that, I'm thinking about the times I called the motherfucker and asked the motherfucker, man, what is this? I made this shit. I made this shit. I made this shit. And I asked the motherfucker, man, what would you call this? What would you call this? What kind of dog would you call this? I ain't even ashamed to tell y'all. I done put shit together, man, because I don't be knowing the names and shit. I done put some shit together, man. I don't be knowing what to call that shit. Ooh. The people that know those things, whatever, I immediately call like, yeah, this is what I did. What you call, what is this? Ooh, what would you call this? I ain't gonna lie to you. Take it for what y'all want to take it for. I like the dogs that I bred though, but once I got the product on the ground, I'll be wanting to know what the fuck it is. What is this? What is this anyway? Uh, ABCs of dogs. ABCs of dogs. ABCs of the dogs. Motherfuckers could still do that. Still could do that. Always room for that. What's the ABCs of the dogs? Can somebody help me out? Can somebody take me from the foot to the from the bottom to the head to the tail to you know just the correct terms. From the paw, the front legs, the shoulders, what you call the other shit. Some people call shit hunches. What they talking about when they saying hunches? Stifles, calves of a dog. Where the elbows at? What's going on? What's up? What's the points of the dog? What's the points? What are the points of the dog? What are the points of the dog? What do they mean? All that type of thing. What's the points in the head and all that points in all that type stuff. You can still go through that because a lot of people that I don't know all that. We can always go through the ABCs of the joints and really learn the dog. Really learn the dog. Where the hunches at? Why you call them hunches and shit? We're very gone motherfucking crazy. where where you gone motherfucking crazy? Hey, did you all in the private chat and all that type shit? I see. Word feeling good today on Bulldog Friday. Goddamn, word come in the motherfucking building. Wordless. Hit that motherfucking hit that cash app too, word. Hit that nigga cash app. How about that part? Running it up. That was the first time they get the I'm the first channel to get to peep some of your work on. Fast shit too. Double trigger style. Let me see. Let me see. Double trigger style. I'd like, boy. Class B a session, don't it? Let me see. Class B a session around this motherfucker. Let me see. I got the bunny rabbit on the screen with the AK and the piano playing. Fire, need the fire. Salute the workers, man. Where y'all at? Salute the workers. Y'all know we still gonna ride it out to Big A and them get ready to start doing push-ups and shit. You should be ready to do push-ups in a little bit. Still one. I'm still in here. Y'all holler at me. I'm right in here with you. What- what- I'm just getting back where I'm still in here with you. Who ya? Woo! Word. Oh. Oh my goodness. I don't know what. Hey, look. Hey. Hey, it's 2026. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I don't know what private chat. I don't know. I shouldn't even be looking for no motherfucking private chat. I don't know what private chat. I don't even know word. Yes, sir. Hey, shit, man. I don't know. So I guess I don't know if how I don't know how usually I know shit don't usually your shit don't hit me till a little late later. I don't know. I don't know. This freestyle, this freestyle was power packed. I don't even know. Good grief. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even understand how. Because usually it makes sense afterwards. It be making sense. No, sometimes because I know your ass you be in the zone. You be in the zone. You be in the zone. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. I know it'll make sense. That was a hell of a motherfucking freestyle. Hell of a video. Hell of a freestyle. Shit. She was going so fast. All I was hearing was nigga, 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 nigga. Some somebody bouncing in the video. Somebody bouncing in the video, bouncing like a motherfucker, like they do. Everything was fast. I can tell you that. Everything was fast. Whole bunch of bounce, good bounce, bouncing in the video. I don't know. I was trying people all this shit. I'm gonna have to check it out again. I'm gonna have to check that part out again. Whoever was bouncing it, they looked young as a motherfucker. Whoever that was bouncing in there looked way too young to be talking the stuff you be talking. You look that young. You look that young. You smart as a motherfucker looking that young. Good grief. Computer head motherfucker. You really is smart looking that motherfucking young. Whoever I seen in that motherfucking video was young as shit. Young as shit, bouncing like a motherfucker. Quick bounce. Quick bounce with the nigga nigga type shit. You know what? Looking real good. Bouncing with the nigga nigga type shit. But looked a little bit too motherfucking young though to be knowing all the shit you know. And that's a salute. That's a salute. I don't know what the fuck going on. Like I said, that was a hell of a freestyle. I don't know what the hell going on. Hell of a freestyle. I don't know. Makes sense. It'll make sense. I don't know. I am a nigga though. I am a nigga. I definitely am a nigga. I'm gonna see. I don't know. You gotta go back and check it out. Check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go check it out. See what it was. Like I said, it was going fast. It was going fast. It was going fast as a motherfucker. Family said back. Word said I ain't do that. Word said I ain't do that. Word, word say I ain't do that. Hey, word. Hey, word. Look, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. You ain't see the video, word? Southern Cal didn't show up tonight, huh? Nah, Southern Cal ain't show up tonight. Southern Cal ain't show up. Word, somebody used your name. Word, try to get up in here. I went. Somebody used your name and tried to get up in here. They used your name and shit. You know, so I was like, oh, I said, oh, word coming up in the building. Oh, so I put up word in the building. You hear all the music they was playing, and they was dancing and shit like that. They was some motherfucking young motherfucker was dancing and some old shit, throwing his hands up, say nigga, 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 nigga. He said, so you gonna put that on me? I, I ain't put it on you. They used your name. They used your name. It came up in here, word. You got the rich to see all that shit. You see what the fuck? You see what's going? You see what's going on? You you got the rich. I'm not putting check check what out. I have no idea what you talking about. So yo, word, word, no word, no word. Somebody use your name. Try get up in this jump. Somebody tried. Somebody tried to use your car. You dropped your ID somewhere. They try to use your car. Get up in the jump, man. All I seen was word. I see word come up. You didn't put a video up. Word, leave that shit alone. Word, it ain't nothing, and I ain't put nothing on you. Somebody used your name. Try to come up in the jump. Drop a little clip. They dropped a little clip when I let them up in here. I let them up in the building. Everybody should have seen it. And you got the wrench. You got the wrench to go in the back in the private chat. You could go in the private chat and see the shit that they left up there. They got your name on the jump. They got your name on the jump. So they so they fucking with me and you. They fucking with me and you. They coming to the party. They coming to the party. They must have been watching. They coming to the party underneath your card. Underneath your card. Knowing that I'm gonna let them in. They say, oh, I'm gonna hit this nigga word. I'm gonna put word up here. He gonna think word coming up in the building. So they knew that much. And then they hit me with the nigga while they was doing the raising the roof joints. They was doing the raising the roof joints. It was looked like a young woman, young girl, a young man. Good hair, motherfucker. Good hair. The hair was bouncing too. Motherfucker had a good hair, had his hair out, good hair, bouncing, sitting back, bouncing. All I heard was nigga, 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 nigga. I just heard nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. That's what I heard. They was happy as shit. They was happy as shit like they got me though. They was like, I got him, I got him. They was happy as a motherfucker. Yeah, yeah. I was laughing like a motherfucker. I was laughing like a motherfucker. I don't know. It might have been something. It might have been Southern Cal. Might have been. I don't know who the fuck it was. I said it looked too young. It looked way. Whoever it was looked way too young to be word. The shit word be talking about. Shit we be talking about. That motherfucker looked young as shit. Whoever it is. Whoever it is. It looked. She looked young as a motherfucker. Him or her looked the young as a motherfucker. I thought I put up the restricted joint. Maybe I ain't got a restricted joint up yet. Whoever it was. The motherfuckers knew I was a nigga though. They knew I was a nigga. I guess it ain't hard to tell listening to me talking. They hit me with the nigga jump. At least we know it's alive. The motherfuckers will skate through the projects and call Toyo a nigga with the music behind it, raising the roof up. Well, I guess we made it, Toyo. Probably was that butthead fool. What was his name? What was his name? Bonehead. They was raising the roof up and everything. They was raising the roof and everything, smiling and shit, laid back. These young motherfuckers like doing shit. These young motherfuckers like doing shit. That's all. It's gravy though. That's shit. That shit was funny though. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. We gotta be careful out this motherfucker. They can make like your man's coming around shooting you and shit. They could make it like it's your man's. They could make like your man's coming around shooting you. They do all types of shit. Where I said I heard it but didn't see it. Yeah. But I understand that. I understand that. That see, I was a learning lesson because I know how I be hearing other people say, hit the camera, turn your camera on before I let you up. I don't never be doing that, but I see why you're supposed to do that now. So you can see who it is before you let them in the building. Turn your camera on before I let you up. Yeah, I know you never know. You don't never come up. You don't never come up, word. But they must knew that I was gonna some type of way they knew that I was gonna let you in. Or maybe they just tried their hand. They might not even have knew that I fuck with you like that. They was just you probably was the first one they seen. I don't know. I don't know. But you see how it already had you feeling, and it already had me feeling. It already you was already like, Toya, what the hell is you talking about? You see how they just came over and just did that. Like, Toya, what is you talking about? And bloom, 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 bling. You know what I mean? So they could just make like your man's came through and your man's came through and did that. They could just make like that shit. Just did that, do that like that. Okay. So that's dangerous out here. I'm gonna tell y'all. What's another thing? What's another thing y'all don't like about? What's things that you don't like about pit bulls? Like, I'm gonna keep it honest with you too. I never liked no pit bulls that ain't had no mouth. That was kind of a turn off to me too. You know what I mean? So showing another shade of my greenness, showing another shade of my greenness. I never really liked pit bulls that didn't have no mouth. You know, you understand what I'm saying? That was a turn off to me. That's all I can say about that. You know, other people can say what they want to say, this and that, whatever. If it ain't had no mouth, I really wasn't interested. It ain't had to have uh, um it didn't have to have a 10 or 9 mouth. It had to have above average mouth. To me. Above average mouth to me. Uh Mouth to me, family, my fault. A good definition of mouth to me, and I ain't talking about superb mouth or X. I'm just talking about the type of mouth that'll satisfy me. Just enough mouth to whatever the mouth is being placed on. It makes them know that mouth has been put on them. That's all. Just they know it's the mouth placed on them. It's not like the thing the mouth being placed on. It's not like it's acting like ain't no mouth being put on them. That's all. I just need them to know whatever that mouth getting put on. I need a motherfucker to be reacting a certain type of way. I ain't saying motherfucker got fall out or pass out and all that type shit. But goddamn it, motherfucker got it. No, he don't want that to be going on too much. I don't want no motherfucker that could just, okay, my fault. I see the thumbs up. My fault. My fault, bro. I be going there. My fault. Put the picture of his face in the AI. Get me his Addy. I'll go give him a hug. And, nah, he had little lunch. Little look like a little kid. Look like a little kid. Look like a little kid. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy. Light skin, light skin, light skin. So, but if he was the way he was calling me a nigga, the way he was playing the nigga game, he was light skinned, but he wasn't claiming black. He was, but he had his head looked black. He had his perm out, whatever, little kid, good hair and all that. But he still could have passed for a little black kid, little light skinned black kid. Or he might have been Latino or something. But either way, he was saying nigga, and raising the roof up. Looked like a little youngin'. Little youngin'. That's all. I was just a little youngin', Bird. That's why I knew. That's why I was like, that shit gotta make sense. There's no way it was matching nothing I could see about you. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, or it was just some supernatural shit that I said I'm gonna have to catch up to later. The meaning of it. Like, if it was him, he did a whole lot of shit real quick. He done got a youngin'. He done got a youngin' real quick. Wherever they at, it looked bright as a bitch. I was already on it. It looked bright as a bitch in there. They was in it like a little room or whatever. Nigga raising the roof, so it could have been like a little studio they was in. Little studio. Somebody little studio or whatever. You know. Nah, you saying you want the mouth to let them know I'm here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need, yeah. Just that's all. Not average though, a little bit above average, but I'm cool with average, Mo. But I want it to be above average. It ain't gotta be supernatural, but above average. Everybody got average mouth. But I don't. It's a turnoff to not to have anything below average mouth, and average mouth is turn off. Yeah. Average mouth is a turn off unless you have tremendous ability. You know something with, but average mouth is feasible. But underneath anything else underneath average, below average mouth, no, it's a turn off. To me, far as having a pit bull and having to feed it and shit, feeding it and walking it, the shit I do, you know what I mean? He would have to be a bad motherfucker to have a below average mouth, and I'm wanting to feed it and walk it and do the things I want to do with the jump. Shit, it had to be bad. How many animals you feeding, Toyo? Nine of them. Say that shit real fast. Nine of them. Gotta do it in a couple hours. Nine of them. Sometimes look at the moon, it's looking right back at you. You ain't never looked at the moon and it wasn't looking right back at you. Looking right back at you. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dorian. Shit. What you got? What you got? The two parents, and you got four motherfuckers. You more than halfway there already. Soon, one blink of the eye, you be past me. One blink of an eye, nine of them, nigga. Just overnight, you didn't added four more to your repertoire. Just overnight. So you talking about my nine? Shit. It don't need to take a blink of an eye. You be past my nine. Yeah, my next project is to build a 3 kennel. It's getting blocked. I can't see it yet. like y'all. I be liking the little enclosures and kennels I be seeing y'all have up in the community. For the most part, everybody keeping them clean and shit, and all that shit, neat and shit, and that's a good thing. It's still a bunch of raggedy yards. Um, I don't even want. Yeah, they raggedy, but as long as they up the code and dogs getting fed and watered, and they up the code. It ain't gotta really be about aesthetics. As long as you up the code and the dogs is getting taken care of, you ain't gotta have the prettiest kennels and stuff, in my opinion. But but we in the age that matters now. The looks of it matters. Back in the day, people was more looking at the dogs when they was looking at the yards. It was people always looking at the yards too and judging people's yards, but for the most part, people was infatuated with the dogs, looking at the dogs. But now, when you're being in the public eye and showing your business and stuff like that, it's best to hold aesthetics as high value. Hold the way you looking. Hold the way your situation looking at top priority. I'd be surprised at some of the ones that I see that aren't doing that. But you don't have to show your yard if it's not up to par. So it's surprising the balls some of these people be having. I don't know if they don't know or not or whatever. So maybe they just don't know they don't mean no harm or nothing, but it don't be sometimes it don't look good. But for the most part, the shit be look people should be looking good. And even the ones that look raggedy, I can't say that they not up to code. You know what I mean? So that could be another reason why they don't care about showing it, because it might look raggedy, but they already got all their health shit is up to par, everything secure. People already did check everything good. But back in the day, I seen more yards that don't be looking good, that had good dogs and shit, but the yard might look any kind of motherfucking way. There was a lot of that. I never judged that shit when I seen it back then. I mean, I probably did, but I didn't judge the person. I just always knew what I mean. I ain't judged them because I done bought dogs from yards that didn't look so good. I didn't never judge the dogs on the yard. I never judged the dogs by the yard. I never did that. Not saying that I would have been wrong or right doing that. Maybe it is a way you could judge the dogs by the yard. I just wasn't. So I have gotten dogs from yards that didn't really look good. And what I mean by that, and all I looked at it as, I want the dog, and I know my yard ain't gonna be like that. I ain't gotta keep my dogs like that. And this person it didn't make me think they didn't have good dogs because their yard was like that. Their yard could be like that for any reason. Some people and their dogs, it just it wasn't like their dogs was didn't have shelter or water. And they always had shelter and water and all that. You know what I mean? It was just more like handmade shit, like, stuff put together around to make things, things wasn't all consistently consistently built uniformly. You got a gate from here, gate from there, a piece of this from here, piece of that from there. You know what I mean? Mismatch and shit. But they was all secure, so that's all I'm saying. You know. But like I know different, and they had lots of dogs, so I know. So yeah, sometimes it'd be muddy. The area be muddy or some stuff like that, or the dogs might be muddy or something like. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers wasn't all clean and shining. You know. And all I knew is my dogs wasn't gonna be like that. I wasn't gonna be having my dogs like that. So, boom. And I was thinking that the dog was gonna love being with me because I'm getting them. I'm getting them, and he ain't gonna have to be around this shit. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I was doing something better too. I was like, yeah, shit, he ain't got to be around this shit. This motherfucker might be really good. Boom, boom, boom. If he good around this shit, he gonna be really good when I got him. Boom, boom. I was thinking that too. But lately, in the last few years, and YouTube, since I've been on YouTube and stuff like that, the kennels I'm seeing the young guys with and stuff, kennels looking good. Kennels, the stuff they putting together looking good and stuff. That's what I'm saying for the most part. And that's always a good look. We at? Shit, we almost did 3 hours, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, yo. And I think Big A on. I got caught up, and I think he is on right now. He should be on. Yeah, he should be on. He should have just came on. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it on up, man. It's your brother Big Toy, yo. Y'all already know. Y'all stay royal. I will be loyal. It was another little salute the workers joint. Little light joint, easy listening joint. Might pop out a little bit later. Might pop out a little bit later. I'll catch up with y'all, man. Y'all be good. Salute. Yo.